house guests, welcome to today's bbcan 9. I almost said bb22. Today's bbcan 9 updates and spoilers. Woo! Our house guests of the day are Laura Rubicki and Kathleen Sisirski, or is it Chachirski? I'm so sorry if I said your last name wrong. I'm really bad at names, but we so appreciate your support. So thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day and have me butcher your name, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. All right. So we got a lot to discuss today, guys. When we left off yesterday, the house guests were nursing some nasty hangovers after a raging party. And of course, that party was not shown on the live feeds. No freaking way. We hadn't really seen any campaigning yet from Austin or Kyle, who are both up on the block. But there has been a lot of talk lately about the vote. There's been some growing support for Austin to go this week. But Kiefer is trying to squash it. He is maintaining Kyle is his target, and Kyle's got to go. He is terrified of Kyle staying in this house. So Tina and Tara were in the HOH room with Kiefer. They're talking about the vote. And Kiefer just keeps talking about this gut feeling that he has that's telling him that Kyle's got to go. But he says that could change. He's acting like he could potentially be open to a flip, but something tells me, I got a gut feeling, no. So Tara says, if people want Kyle gone, I have no problem voting him out. But she thinks that the three of them will be safer with Kyle staying than with Austin and Brayden together. So she says she would prefer Austin goes this week because she is hearing that Austin would put her up on the block with Kiefer. And that is not sitting well with her. So Kiefer says, I mean, maybe we should flip the vote. He says, I don't really care who goes because they've both wronged me. I think he cares. Again, he says he has a gut feeling about Kyle, that Kyle should be the one to go. So Tara says, I don't know, we don't know what Austin's going to do. Again, she's hearing that Austin is throwing her name out there. But she says Ro, who is very close to Kyle, has been very vocal that he's going for Ty and Jed, and that would be good for their games. So Kiefer says, all right, if everyone wants Austin to go, then Austin can go. And if that's the case, I can just tell Kyle that I never wanted him to go. He can really play up that there was this backdoor plan all along because he did, set up for that at the beginning of the week, being all unclear about what he actually wanted. So he feels like, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to be okay after this. So they want to talk about this. They want to talk about the vote with Victoria because they trust her the most out of anyone else. I love Victoria, but are you sure? So Tina and Tara chat alone in the Expedia room, and they're freaking out a bit, especially Tara. They're wondering, are we being set up by, everyone right now? They're concerned because they're hearing that Beth, Jed, and Ty all want to tell Austin that she should be campaigning more. And they're like, why? Why are they saying this? That's so weird. Also, the throuple has been saying that Austin is throwing out Tina and Tara's names as targets, but this is not adding up to them because when they talk to Austin, they're not getting any targets out of her. They're not getting any information, and they're supposed to be in the oddballs together. So, what's going on here? So Tara's like, I don't know. I feel like we're getting played on all angles. It's not a good feeling. They also talked about Jed and Ty. Can we trust them? They don't feel like Ty and Jed are targeting them directly, but they do feel like maybe Ty and Jed are putting targets on them for other people. They're trying to pit Tina and Tara against Austin and Brayden. I don't know. So then Victoria was talking to Kiefer in the backyard, and Victoria says, if Kyle's making it so easy for us to get rid of him, he's laughing, he's smiling, he's flirting, he doesn't seem to be too upset, then we should just stick with that. Because flipping would cause all kinds of effery that we don't need. So Kiefer says he would rather have Austin and Brayden coming for him than Kyle. He does not want Kyle in the house targeting him. So then Victoria says, yeah, well, if I win HOH next week, I would put up Austin and Brayden. You know, I don't know about that. I don't know that Victoria is telling the truth here. I feel like she would be making a much bigger move than that, but who knows, right? Who knows when it comes to Victoria. So Kiefer likes what he hears. He's into this, and he says he would love to be in the final 5 with Victoria, Ty, Jed, and Beth. Really? You want to go to the final 5 with a throuple? What? So Victoria agrees. She's just playing along, right? She can't actually mean that. I feel like there's no way that she wants to go that far into the game with Ty and Jed because they're such huge threats. I feel like Kiefer is genuine about that, though. He does want to go really far with them, which is absolutely insane. Like, are you playing for 4th or 5th place? What's the deal? So Kiefer says they can go all the way with Jed and Ty, and Victoria's like, yeah, and then you and I are going to be final 2. So Victoria's saying, again, Austin does scare her in the game, but Kyle needs to go first. He needs to go this week, and then they can get rid of Austin next week. Okay, so Kiefer, again, is satisfied with that. But then Kiefer's like, you know, I was just talking to Tina and Tara, and they're leaning towards Austin going this week. And Victoria's like, what the hell? Why didn't you start with that? Why didn't you lead with that? That would have been nice to know. And she says, Tina and Tara are so smart, and they see things that we don't. She admits that changes things, because that's 2 votes right there. So it seems like Victoria's changing her tune here a little bit. So Kiefer admits he's trying to show loyalty to Jed and Ty this week by taking out Kyle. Plus, he doesn't like Kyle on a personal level. Pantry incident coming back again to haunt. But Victoria's still saying, even after all that, Tina and Tara can target Austin next week. You know, it's good that they want Austin out, because if they win HOH, then they'll go after her. But they agree still that Kyle should go this week. All right. Sure. But then we have to ask, what is Victoria doing? What is going on in this girl's head? Because then she talks to Tara later in the OLG room, and Victoria says personally she wants Austin to go this week. She says it's a better move for us. She feels like if Kyle goes this week, they will all become targets, you know? And if Austin goes, we're still going to have the 4 big guys that are going to go after each other and take each other out, and they can just sit back and watch it all happen. And Victoria says, we know where Kyle and Rose stand. We don't know exactly what Austin would do if she won HOH. So I think what's happening here is that Victoria wants Austin to go, but she doesn't want to be the one leading the charge for a flip. Remember her HOH week when she was all anti-flip and she was like saying that LaToya had to go because she was tired of the flip-flopping and everything? So I don't think Victoria wants to be like the face of this vote flip. But I do think that she wants Austin to go. So she's trying to set up somebody else like Tara to try and lead this charge. So Tina joins them, and Victoria reports that Ro is trying to get the oddballs back together, trying to re-solidify that group. And they're all like, I don't know how I feel about that, because they all agree they do not trust Austin and Brayden. They're hearing their names come up, and they're not happy about it. So Tara's like, well, maybe Austin and Brayden have only been saying that we're targets to try and throw off Jed and Ty. And, you know, that makes sense. But Tina says if that's the case, they should have warned us about it. You know, if you're working with somebody and you're throwing out their name as a decoy, you usually go to that person and say, like, hey, if you hear I'm throwing out your name, it's because I want to throw off these other people. But that discussion has not happened. So they're like, can't trust Austin and Brayden. And Victoria's like, yeah, no, Austin and Brayden are coming for us. And she feels like if Austin wins HOH, there's no way she's going to make a big move and put up Jed and Ty. I don't know. I feel like she wants to put up Jed and Ty. I don't know. But Victoria would like to see Kyle stay so that Kyle and Ro can do their dirty work, meaning take out Jed and Ty. Because somebody's going to have to do that at some point, right? They're such huge threats. So a little later, Tina and Tara were talking to Ro in the backyard, and they let him know there could be a potential vote flip brewing to keep Kyle. And Ro's reception of this was very interesting. I thought he'd be like, oh yeah, this is amazing, like my boy's gonna get to stay. But that's not exactly how it went down. Tina and Tara were also talking about how they're confused, why they're hearing that Austin and Breeden are throwing their names out there, and Rohan assures them it's probably just a decoy. You know, they're throwing out my name too. And he confirms that Austin and Breeden want to target Jed and Ty if they win HOH. Do you not want Kyle to stay? Like, what's going on here? So Rohan admits he's skeptical about this potential vote flip, and he's wondering, are you guys being set up here by Ty and Jed? He figures maybe they're trying to get you on the wrong side of the vote so that Austin will stay anyway, and then Austin and Breeden are going to target you because you voted her out. Rose says, I know these guys' tactics. I know how they operate. No way that Ty and Jed are on that level and they're scheming like that. No way. But that's how Ro is seeing it. He is very skeptical about all this. So Rohan says he's voting to evict Austin no matter what. And he warns Tina and Tara to be cautious about this vote flip, just in case the other side is trying to set them up. How nice of him to warn them about that. But he's worried that it's too good to be true. You know, it's not adding up. And he thinks that this vote flip is only going to happen if Jed and Ty are on board with it. I feel like that, yeah, I would agree with that. I don't see them being able to get the numbers without Jed and Ty's approval. And I don't see Jed and Ty flipping on Kiefer. Yeah, so after that conversation, Ro was thinking out loud to himself. And he says Austin is better in competitions than Kyle. He says Kyle's a smart player, but when it comes down to it, we need an HOH win. You know, we need to get some power back. And he figures Austin is more likely to win HOH than Kyle. I mean, it's brutal, especially coming from Ro, but true, right? I mean, Austin has done a lot better in competitions than Kyle has so far. And I'm sure Ro realizes that the target on him is going to be so much smaller if Kyle goes this week. They're such a huge target together, but if Kyle goes, not as many people are going to be looking at Ro. So then Tara discussed the vote with Ty in the Expedia room, and this was just like a mess. Tara is in a tizzy right now. She is all over the place trying to convince people that Austin should be going. So Ty says, I don't know, I have a much better game relationship with Austin than I do with Kyle. I feel better about her staying. Plus, Kiefer wants Kyle out, and he wants to follow through on Kiefer's wishes. He does say, like, I want to do what Kiefer wants to do, and he's claiming that he doesn't care either way, really, which one goes. Ty was also making the point that everyone's going to be focused on Austin next week, so they can just take out Kyle now, and then everybody's going to be going for Austin next week. But Tara was really pushing this wackadoo point, like, if you don't actually care which one goes, then why don't you get rid of Austin? Because, like, it means a lot to me and Tina, and don't you want to prove to me and Tina that you want to work with us and that we can trust you? And it was just, like, not sitting well with Ty. Like, it was just weird. It was not a great campaign point. It was a mess. So after Ty and Jed were chatting in the storage room, they're going over Tara's campaigning points. And, you know, again, she wants them to build trust with her by voting out Austin. And Jed's like, no. Tara is looking for a reason not to trust us. It does seem that way, doesn't it? I feel like she's looking for a reason that she can give when she puts them up on the block if she were to win HOH. But they agree. They still want Kyle out this week, and they feel like everyone's going to be on the same page to take out Austin next week. And they're not sure that the reverse would be true if they took out Austin this week. Okay. So then, last night, Tina and Tara talked to Kiefer again. And of course, Tara is just doing the most. Tara says, I talked to Ty, and he told me that he would do whatever you want, Kiefer, so you want to vote out Austin? And that's going to be a big no from Kiefer. He still wants Kyle out. And he admits he is trying to get in deep with Jed and Ty. He is making this move essentially to like kiss their asses because he feels like there's going to be some physical competitions coming up, and he knows he's going to be good if Jed or Ty win those. And he says he'd be willing to make a big move in the future, but not until they clear out some people first. All right, so today it's been messy, messy, messy. Tara checked in with Austin and Brayden this morning, and she let them know there was a rumble yesterday for a potential vote flip. Tara says, in fact, this all may have even been a ploy to try and get me and Tina to target you guys and vice versa. But she says, as far as I know, Austin, you're still good this week. You're still staying. But she says, we got to open up the communication a bit more between this oddballs group because there's a lot of information being spread out there. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's fake. I don't know who's playing me. So then Tina joins in too, and they're all comparing notes on what Ty and Jed have been telling them. And they feel like they're trying to pit them against each other. So they agree they're all gunning for HOH. Austin confirms that she would target Jed and Ty if she wins. And they also confirm they're not going after each other. Okay. It was a decoy. So Victoria chatted with Kyle in the Destiny bedroom. And Kyle's all like, I don't want to campaign against Austin. He's saying like he does want to be here, but he doesn't want to be trashing Austin in the process. So Victoria says, you can still campaign for yourself. You don't even have to mention Austin. You just need to tell people why it's good for you to stay. So she clues him in. She lets him know, I think you have a chance to stay here. It is possible that this vote could flip. And Kyle's like, I don't know. I don't think I can convince Kiefer to keep me, and I don't know that I would be able to get more than 4 votes. So Kyle asks, have there been murmurs? Have there been any hints that there could be a flip? And Victoria says, yeah, I mean, maybe not a flip per se, but she says, Tina and Tara have been fighting for you hard. I mean, she has too, but she's not gonna just throw that out there. She says, Kiefer was wavering when I talked to him. And Kyle's like, well, he'd be stupid to keep me. But Victoria advises Kyle to talk to Jed because he's really mad at Austin and how she's like not campaigning, and he's hearing that she was trying to get Ty up on the block last week and like all this stuff. So he's not happy with Austin right now. So Victoria figures that could be a chance for Kyle to get in with him. So then Austin and Kyle, whoa, what an idea. They actually like started campaigning today. But before that, they checked in with each other. They agreed they're not going to throw each other under the bus. They're going to just talk about why they should stay. They're not going to pitch against each other. Cool. Okay, so they both start checking in with people. Austin was talking to Jed, and she was telling him, like, I'm with you. I'm with Ty. I'm with Beth. He was like, well, what's going on with you and Ro? Like, are you working with him? And she claims she's not officially. She said there's no name. They're not working together. Okay, Carb. Okay, Nerd Herd. But she's like, I'm with Brayden, and, like, I hang out with those other people. But Jed, I feel like during this conversation was kind of trying to like freak her out because he kept telling her, oh, multiple people have been saying that they want you to go. So I feel like he's trying to get her to campaign more and like spill some info, maybe make some deals or something. Yeah. But Kyle also pitched to Jed and Ty in the HOH room, and Kyle had a much more planned out pitch. He was really working on this ahead of time with a few different people, and he tells them, I'm a big target who has not done well in competition so far, and he says, I can take a shot at Kiefer for you guys later in the game. It doesn't even need to be now. I know you guys are cool with him, but you're going to need him taken out eventually, right? Because you guys want to go far together. So he says, I can be the one to do that. Because if you guys take that shot, you're going to lose his jury vote. He's an emotional guy. So let me be the one to do that for you. And he says, I'm not coming after you guys. He even says he would throw the HOH to them next week. And he says if he does win HOH, he would put up Tina and Tara. Not really. And I just want to say, too, he did check in with Tina and Tara later and let them know, like, he threw their names out there, but that he wasn't actually targeting them. So Jed appreciates Kyle dropping some names because Austin was not as forthcoming in their conversation. So then Kyle lets them know, I feel like I could potentially have a few votes this week, and the vote would really come down to you guys. You guys are going to be making the decision here. So they also ask him, what's going on with you, Austin, Ro, and Brayden? Are you guys all working together? And Kyle's like, okay, obviously me and Ro are really tight. But he admits, like, he does also talk game with Austin and Brayden. So that kind of makes Austin look like a liar. So after the campaign, it went on for a while, but after the campaign, Ty, Jed, Kiefer, Victoria, and Beth are all discussing the vote. It seems like Vic is now admitting that she wants Austin out in front of this group. Beth seems to want Austin out. The guys, not as much. Kiefer is saying this is all smoke and mirrors. Kyle's got to go. He's the glue that holds the other side together. So again, he is still trying to squash this. It seems like there could be support there for Austin to go, but Kiefer is not budging. So I think we can expect a little more waffling over the next 24 hours or so. As of right now, it seems like Kyle is still the one going, but we'll see what happens. You never know. Should be interesting. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.